Hello, hi guys, how is everyone? Banage Mugamba Mutia, you guys, it's been a very long time since I last came here on my YouTube channel. I know lots of you guys have been asking me, we need new videos, and I was like, oh my god. But finally I'm here again, and guess what? I have a guest in the house. As you can see, I have a very interesting guest. He's an entrepreneur, he's a CEO, he's a qualified teacher, and he's a hustler as every one of us here. So he's here to tell us his story. I guess I've introduced you very well, Mr. Hamza. Please introduce yourself to the viewers.
Yes, thank you for the opportunity given to me. I'm Yiga Hamza. Other people know me as Yiga Abdallah from Tinder, young CEO. That one I caught at my age. Wow. Yeah, today I'm living in Dubai, but way back I was living in Tinder. Thank you for hosting me here.
I'm so glad to see you here. I've been yearning to host you a very long time, and the highlight of your introduction is the CEO. The CEO title, you know, most of us are working towards that.
Yeah.
We all want to be one time as CEO. This is very interesting. So, if you don't mind, can you take us through about you being a CEO?
Yes, thank you so much for the opportunity still once again. Yeah, it's been a long way that I should quote. It wasn't something easy because becoming a CEO at my age, or by that time when I was still very young, it costed me much. Why should I say it costed me much? It was all about determination. Okay. Determination, sacrifice, and zeal. Yeah, before I became a CEO of Success Junior School, it costed me a lot.
Success Junior School?
Yeah, it was Success Junior School,
okay,
found along Masaka Road. It was way back when I was still at university. My inspiration was, or my career, my target was starting up a school immediately after my university or after my campus. I thank God that for the time I left campus, I still moved on with my dream. I made it to Makerere, so it was after Makerere when I joined one of the most interesting institutions. After there, I made some little money. The little money I got from there was salary. I started with the little I had along Masaka Road. I remember during those days, it was 2017.
Not a very long time back.
When I started the institution. It started as something that was minor, but because of the determination I had, everyone liked it. All the people around Masaka Road liked the school because of the name Success.
Success. Wow, actually I knew about the CEO part, but I didn't know about the school. So that's really interesting. So basically you own a school back in Uganda.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so that's very interesting, and it's very difficult to find people like you here in Dubai. And you know, the fact that you own a school back in Uganda but you're here in Dubai, that's gonna bring lots of questions to most of the people who are viewing our videos. So they'll be asking, okay, so why are you here and yet you're having a school there, and how do you manage to juggle between the two, like working here and managing your business back home? So we would like to know from your story, first of all. After finishing your education and all, how did you then transition from Uganda to coming to Dubai? What was that triggering moment, you know, that was like, okay, now I have to go and find something better?
Okay. First and foremost, when you look at the environment of Uganda, the economy of Uganda, today there are some things that hinder a lot of businesses around there. First, as you start a business, you have to look at the capital. You have to look at the political stability of the country where you're going to invest the business.
Okay.
So when you look at the political stability of the country and you find it's conducive for you, then that means that even when you start the business, it will stabilize. We all start businesses looking at one aim, that is profit maximization, earning something at the end of the day. When someone starts a school, it's a very big entity, or call it a very big business. It's something that you cannot think of like picking profits or picking something out of it in 2 years. So being it that it's a
like
very big entity,
long-term business.
It's a very long-term business.
Start it and you don't expect to get profits out of it
that
immediately.
Is it. Yeah.
So you have to wait.
So you have to wait. You have to still put in a lot. So when I began the business, I looked at quite a number of areas that were lacking. They were lacking. So being it that they were lacking, some time back, I thought of one day going abroad, like getting in more of capital that would enable me run the business. So when I looked at some of the areas lacking, and there was an opportunity that I could exploit to gain more capital, and after getting the capital, add up to the business, push it to the level where I wanted it
to be.
Success as an institution, we were not targeting only one branch, but we were targeting quite a number of branches, of which we wanted to put into practice or consideration in quite a few years. So being the fact that we wanted success to grow very fast, reach the targets, and provide an effective service to the community, I was looking at like coming abroad, getting more capital, reinvesting it to aim the targets.
Okay, so yeah, because we're all here, you know, everyone who is here in Dubai, not only Dubai, wherever, any other country, but whoever leaves home, they always have a target. Like they always have a goal. Okay, so I need to build a house, I need to buy land, I need to start a business. We all have different goals. So for you, the triggering moment for you to come here in Dubai is to get money and to get basically capital to add on and build your institution back home. And that's what you're on right now. So how has it been so far in Dubai?
Dubai, I wouldn't say that for any journey, there are always ups and downs for any journey. So you shouldn't always look at the positive side of anything. You should always expect hurdles and success, as I always say. But one thing that you always do is to focus on the positivity of whatever you're doing. However much there are those hurdles, but you shouldn't give them time. So when I came to Dubai, before even coming to Dubai, there were a lot of hurdles that I passed through.
I actually want you to take us through your journey of coming to Dubai, because so many people out there, especially now in Uganda, the situation, you know, the current situation back home, it's very bad. So lots of people want to move. They just want to get an opportunity to move. Like me, I just want to go anywhere, to do anything. So they would like to know the process. Like, how did you go through from the first time you got the thought of going to Dubai? How did it go? Like, what did you do first? How much money did you use? How did the visa processing go? How did you reach in Dubai, and job search, you know, and how did you settle? Just take us through the whole journey.
It was quite a long process, but I'll cut short the story. What I remember, I used to have it in mind that one day I'll come to UAE.
But why UAE? Why not any other country, like go to America? I was going to say South Sudan.
In the first place, I so much wanted to come to Dubai, but that does not mean that I'm going to end with Dubai. Because it's just a starting point. Because I have quite a number of dreams as an entrepreneur. I don't call myself a professional, because my target, even going for education, wasn't becoming a teacher. That is why I've never gone to class, but I'm always in administration as an entrepreneur.
So you even went to university and studied education, but your goal was not to teach?
Not to teach, because my goal is to become an entrepreneur in line with education and in line with other adventures.
Okay, that's very good.
So my first time when I was chasing on these things of coming to Dubai, the fact is that you always face quite a number of challenges. Like you always faked with quite a number of companies. You're always deceived by the conmen around, those who are acting as, some of them that are acting as agents. I won't say their names, but they are there. Those that are good and those that always con people. So you find when you interact with most of the people who have come to UAE and any other country around, the first times they're always faked. That one everybody knows. Someone tells you this amount of money, you get to some other person tells you this amount of money, others can even fake the visas. So it's a lot of havoc around there.
Yeah.
But chasing for my visa took me something like 3 days. When I chased for my visa, I got it on time. So I had to get money for the ticket. When I got money for the ticket, I think I flew within 1 week and came to UAE, that is particularly Dubai. When I came to Dubai, I had less information about Dubai. You know, when you're in Uganda, you think things are the same even here.
Yeah, tell me.
You don't know how things run. You don't know the kind of food people eat here. You don't know, you think the roads are the same. You think the airport is the same. The standard of living and everything. The nature of work is completely different from that of Uganda. And when it comes to people who have like we, the CEOs, or people who have been employing them, so also quite a number of
I really
time.
like the pride that you take into being a CEO. I really like it.
For those of us who have been CEO, who are CEOs, managing our own businesses, when you come and then you're being put into someone's company to work for them, there are certain things that you look at that are not running the best way. You expect them to be running. It's very hard to give in your life to be employed, yet you know you're self-employed somewhere. But being the fact that you know what you want or your target here, you just have to be positive. Whatever challenge that comes along your way, you calm down, look for what brought you here, and then go back. You know, whenever there is a negativity in something, there is that positivity in it. You just have to take the positivity out of it. Whichever situation that is bad in life, it's always a lesson to you. So I've learned much on how I should manage my business, and there are those loopholes I've seen in other companies, which I expect that when I go back to my country and reinvest in my business, I will not consider and I will not entertain. Yeah. So
this has basically helped you also to get some skills, some skills and some things that you need. You know, sometimes when you're focusing on your own thing, you don't get to see what people do out there.
Exactly.
But now that you came here, and it's also very good, now you've got exposed. You can see what other people do to make their businesses a success. Now that you're also working in a business, you can see, you learn. It's just like it's a lesson.
Yeah.
Actually, that's most of us here, most of us who are working here, we have that target. Like you want to work here, and at the end of the day, when you go back home, you want to start up your own business, you want to be your own boss, you don't want anyone to tell you why did you come late to work, We want to have that freedom. So the fact that you came here, now your mind is broad. I know you have lots of things in your mind that you really want to do. When you go back home, you're like, when I go back home, I want to do this, I want to do that. But I would also like to ask you the challenges, because I know there's nothing that you can do without any challenges. And how do you overcome? Because now you're here, you're working, and your business back home is running. How do you manage to juggle between the two?
First and foremost, when you're starting up a business, one thing you should always consider is research. Love for the business that you're going to start. You shouldn't start a business that you don't have as real passion. It should be passion from passion. You make research about it, more research about it. Already I had a bachelor's in that area. Being it that I had a bachelor's, already I had a passion for it. After having passion, I did more research about it. After researching about it, I had to build strong. The system should be strong. If the system is strong, even when you're far away from your businesses, you can handle and you can manage them perfectly. There are some businesses that you look around, like in UAE, and you find when someone is around, people will work. But when someone is not around, people will not work. That means that the system is lacking something. But if you build a strong structure, we call them structures sometimes. If the structures are very strong, even when you die, the system will continue. the system will continue moving the way you want it to move.
Okay.
Because as a personnel, as a CEO is different from the company. Hamza is different from success. That's why when success yields profits, I'm paid. I'm paid as a worker. I'm not paid as success. So if you start up any business, you have to build what you call a strong system or strong structures, so that even when you're not around, the business is to stay. Because the targets of that business, they are not for a lifetime, but they are long running.
It's a long term target.
It's a long term target.
But you know, Hamza, like, to be honest, it's a big challenge. Lots of people, I've had lots of stories. Thank God for you, you're in the school business, but even other businesses, like, people come here, they get opportunities of getting, let's say, items, merchandise at a cheaper price, and they'll like to send it back home and sell it so it could, you know, like, reinvest their money. Like, okay, I've got a salary of 2,000. Instead of maybe putting it on my account to be there, why don't I just buy maybe some clothes or some shoes or something that you find interesting, send it back home, sell it, and then get profit, and also, you know, reinvest again, so that it will be building. By the time you finish and you want to go back home, you've already built your customer structure, you know, you just have to go back home and everything works. But
now the problem comes from an area.
Yeah, that's a very sad story. I've had so many people, now people don't want to invest in.
Now the problem comes from one area that I've noticed. Someone has come here, Yani. In the first place, they want to get the money for the tickets and the visas. Whichever person you consult, even if you're requesting for 50,000 to add up to the ticket, those people are not willing to give you a 50,000. Sometimes, you know, we as Africans, when you see somebody raising, you feel you don't want. We are so jealous. We are not united. So when someone comes here and then gets a good job, starts earning some simple money only, I should say, they forget about the past. They forget about the past.
So
it's always good to learn from the past, but you continue the present. So you've got some money here. After getting that money, you look at some opportunity home. You want to start investing in that business before you even make research about it. You trust in someone with your money.
Yeah, so I guess the problem
the thing could be, you have to first make research about your business. After making research about your business, re-initiate that business or initiate the business. After initiating the business, take time to build what you call structures. After building the structures, there you can fly to any country to look for the capital you want.
When you say structures, sorry, Hamza, I have to cut you short.
Yeah.
When you say structures, maybe it works in your case, but in some simple cases, like structures, what do you mean? Could you
I believe any business
broaden
needs
it
structures.
up, like structures? Do you mean like the people? Structures are people, right?
They're also people.
They're people.
Yeah.
So, for example, in your case, which structures did you put in place?
When you start a business, I don't believe you can run. If your targets, if your dreams are very big, you know, sometimes people set up small-scale businesses which do not have anything like what you call paperwork. You have to get paperwork. You have to know your targets. When you're starting a business, it shouldn't be something where, like today people say in Uganda, nonya mere ya lero. If you're looking at nonya mere ya lero, of course the business will be at small scale. But we start up big businesses, within time, it will yield thousands of profits. Those are the businesses that we're talking about.
Okay.
Long-lasting businesses. That even when I'm not around, my children will feed from that business. My family, my relatives, and everybody, plus the community is solved. Those are the businesses where you find you take your time doing the paperwork. You take your time looking at the short-term goals and the long-term goals.
Okay, so you don't, you wouldn't, what should I say?
Maybe what I've said.
I've lost the right one to use. Like you wouldn't recommend people to start a business, small business, while they're abroad. But they should start the long-term businesses, because then those require structures.
You as the CEO, as the initiator of the business, you understand it more than any other person. You, the person who has hustled to get that money at your place of work. You understand what you've gone through and you know what exactly you need from that business. As you begin the business, you have to put structures. When you put the structures also include people. The people you recruit within the business are supposed to be inducted into the system of the business. You have to remind them of the target of the business. When you don't remind them about the targets of the business, don't expect the business to push to the next level. They are all there to earn money, but on earning money and improving on their lives and standards of living, do not make them forget the reason why they are there.
Yeah, why you started the business.
Why you started the business. How best are they benefiting from the business? How do you want the business to be 10 years to come? What are some of the areas of weaknesses within that business?
Yeah.
And how best can you improve on those areas? You have to make your clients, you have to make your employees the business. I shouldn't say part of the business, but they should be within the business. They should solidify themselves into the business. They are supposed to be made to love the business. It should be their mother and father.
Yeah, okay, but that means you have to get people who are also like, you have to get people who have the same goals with you.
Now let me give you an example.
Because I've had so many challenges, Hamza. When like you have different, your plan is, it's very good. It will help people, but the people you get to help you take the plan ahead usually fail us.
That was the research I was talking about.
Yeah, they usually fail us because maybe I have a very good plan, I've put it on paper, it's very good for sure, it will work. But I can't run it alone, I can't run it alone. So I have to get someone, probably who is more professional. Maybe I'm more professional in this field, but I cannot, that other field, we always need help.
Yeah.
We always need help. So
that is teamwork.
Teamwork. But the other people, you never know what are their goals. And then you're going away, you need to trust your business with this part. Find that your money is lost just like that.
Then sometimes I don't blame the employees. Sometimes the weakness is coming from the very people that you've employed within your business. Sometimes I also blame the CEO himself. He has not done enough to convince these people about their business. There are some CEOs and there are some those that we live within our business, the managers, the people who assist us, the vices, the deputies, and what have you. But when we give them chance to run the businesses, we don't get engaged with them most of the time. We think they run everything at the end of the day. So as they are there, they also think they're the bosses of the business.
Especially.
They will hide much from you.
That you're not there.
They'll hide much from you. I'm talking out of experience because I've been seated in most of the offices of my bosses, and they know that. Sometimes as the CEOs, we also fear consulting or reminding those people whom we put in our businesses about our targets, because we know that when you tell them the fact, we are annoying them at the end of the day when they will go. We shan't get the best people who will work for us as it is true. Remember, this is a business that was put in place to achieve.
Okay, so Mr. Hamza,
yes.
It's a very, very big lecture that we've had from you about business. But finally, the people out there, they would like to get the solution, So I would like to hear from you as an entrepreneur, as a CEO. What would you advise the people, especially the people here in Dubai or anywhere else, who have left their country, but their target is to work, go back home and start up a business? Would you advise them to get the money and instead of putting it on the account, send it back home and maybe get help from someone to start up a business? Or which kind of advice would you give?
Yes, thank you so much. Once again, the only advice I would give to these people, those who feel they cannot keep their money with them, please keep your money on your accounts. Wait for the right time when you feel you're free, when you feel you're going for vacation. Pick your money from the account, go start up the business. Whenever you're starting up the business, as you're on ground, things will move right. But if you get this money and then send it to someone to run you the business, that person is not having the same passion you have.
Maybe I have a sister back home who I think could help me. Maybe.
Friendship and business, those are different things we talk about.
Okay.
Most of the businesses have collapsed because of relatives, because of friends.
Okay.
There is no friendship in business.
So basically the advice advice to the people out there who would like to start up a business: don't do it without your presence.
Yeah.
Get your money, work, save it, and when you get a vacation, go back home and do something that you really love to do when you're the one who has done it yourself.
Exactly,
and if it fails, you're not gonna blame anyone. It's gonna be on you. Okay, so that's the advice. Now
Another
yes, okay, tell
maybe
us.
as I conclude about that, we have seen quite a number of cases where people have been working in houses there in those mansions of the Arabs and what have you. You find they've been sending money to their parents. Imagine if you dare send money to your parents and then by the time you get in for the vacation, this person has nothing like a coin of yours that was saved in the account. Then how can you dare get salary and then send it home for someone to start you a business? I therefore conclude by saying, please keep your money. When it comes for the time of the vacation, go onto the ground and capitalize that money you want.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hamza Abdallah.
Welcome.
It has been a very, very beautiful and informative, opening up the brains of people.
Okay.
Thank you so much. But we had to discuss something
About?
even though this was really important and we needed to talk about it. But about the Dubai, we have so many people in Dubai hustling. And now I want to target the people back home who feel or who know that if I go to Dubai, I will make it.
Yeah.
Just, give a comparison
Between
Uganda and Dubai, and what should people expect with so much expectations.
Yeah.
They know when they come to Dubai, life is going to be beautiful. It's not a hassle. I'll just go there, I'll get a job easily, So how would you advise these people before they create up so many things in their minds?
Okay, thank you. Furthermore about that, when most people are coming to Dubai or any other country, they always don't sit down to know where exactly they are going. Some other people think that when they come to Dubai, they're going to enjoy life. They think this is heaven. Forgetting that Uganda is Uganda and Dubai is Dubai. This is why this country is for the Arabs and then Uganda is meant for the blacks or Ugandans. So don't you expect things to be the same? Somebody's talking about our blacks. Yeah, we are black. Black is beauty. We have to be proud of ourselves.
Of course.
Yeah, so that is it. Life in Dubai is completely different from the life in Uganda.
What's so
Like
different?
people say, they always say, so the same happens to Dubai. We all come to Dubai because we hear it's one of the first world country. So we expect a lot of things around here. Dubai is...
So people shouldn't expect that luxurious.
Yeah, so people shouldn't expect that luxurious. But when you come to countries like UAE, you have to work hard. Because by the time you leave home, you have a target. When you're home, you always have a target. But you see in your parents, you're within your country, you see other people around you, which is not the case here. Here, we are living for life. Therefore, whatever thing you find here, you have to go buy it. The kind of food you eat, the environment itself is very hot. The nature and standard of living is also different. The expenditures and the income is also different. So when you come here, you have to go by the environment. You have to accept and fit in the society. With psychology, we say society shapes. When you go to Dubai, you have to be shaped by the environment there to be able to earn and work within that environment there. Earn from there, work from there, and then have to go back home, invest the money. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mr. Hamza, for that advice. I'm very sure lots of people needed to hear this. And I hope my viewers have really picked something from this conversation. It is so beneficial, especially to people working abroad. We're most of the times working, but sometimes we go off track. You want someone always to remind you of why you came to Dubai. Some people go off track, some people get so comfortable. But getting a conversation like this of how you could run a business, how you could invest back home, how you could turn into an entrepreneur back home, it's very needful at this point. Thank you so much, Mr. Abdallah.
Thank you for hosting.
I really appreciate you accepting to come here and we discuss about this to the people, and I hope you will come back again for yet another topic.
Yes.
So guys, I hope you have some questions for him. I'm gonna ask you to put them down in the comment section. Whatever you have to ask, please put it down. And if you have any comments, any appreciation, why not? Just give me that thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Until next time, bye bye.